Hey, you need a ride?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, though, sir.
Oh, okay. You wanna help me take down a gang?
I've got
There are
plans of
some
my own
corrupt.
currently.
Alright.
In fact, what's your name, mister?
What? Why?
I'm just thinking.
Thinking about what?
I have a job I need done.
Yeah? What
Eh,
kind of job?
I need to know if I can trust you.
Yeah, you can trust me. I
What?
mean,
What's your
I
name,
work
mister?
alone most. Larry.
Hey. Alright. Well, I need...
Who are you?
Well, I need you to bring someone to the laboratory.
Alright. Show me the waypoint. Or let's get out of here.
It's Humane
I don't.
Labs.
You mean that building over there? Alright, just put a waypoint on the GPS.
It's right there.
So.
What the hell?
Oh wow, that's a long way. Okay, can I just do a quick thing before we leave this city?
Sure.
Just gonna do a real quick thing.
Ah. Can you take me to the garage?
Just gonna do a real quick thing. We're gonna be in a bad neighborhood, but yeah, we're not gonna stay there for long.
Ah, this isn't...
Just gonna do a thing and drop off quick. Yeah, it should be okay. Do you have a GPS on you?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh. Alright, you can take the car, I mean drive when we... I don't have any GPS.
Right there, yeah.
I knew it. See, glad I didn't.
I just need a refill on my anxiety medicine. I know, I just have one, but I need
Alright. I'll make sure you get paid. I want it. Owen Johnston. Hold on. I gotta tell you what I want him. The Humane Labs. Which is, I'll mark it.
Alright. You wanna head in the back or... You sure they haven't seen it?
There you go. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't want them to know it's me right away. I want Mr. Owen Johnston.
Hop.
I'll meet you.
Okay.
If you find the purple-haired lady, you find Owen. Good luck. Funny, Tia. Because it's me who shall be playing the games with you. Funny. Because I will win. And I will enjoy every bit of this. There we go. There's my guy. Whew. This cannot get worried. Oh, you doofus. That's not Owen! I want only Ellen. What did I give her? Ellen? No. Oh well, we can look from here. Oh, the Tonto saw! Right there! Right there! Holy mother tarnation! Holy... Oh dear. Where's Aaron? Where's Aaron? Where's... Oh dear. I didn't want to... I didn't want her harmed. Trust is a scared thing.
Well, I was really ready to shoot there. Oh, you got new clothes?
No.
Oh. Looks like you're wearing a black costume when you're inside the
Oh,
car.
it's probably with the texturing.
Yeah, that girl was so annoying. Just like, why are you pointing at me? Why are you using flashlight? Then I just punched her and she got knocked out immediately.
Oh, well, that might have been my mistake to tell you to kill her out. It's gonna be a lot harder to try to get Aaron.
Yeah.
Nope, never mind.
You wanna give me a ride?
Where you want? Go.
To the garage, please.
Alright.
Thank you. You're Jimmy, right? You're James?
Hey, what's it to you?
James, right? I think you're James Walker, is that correct? I think we met before, I'm Anthony.
Hey, yo, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Have you
Oh,
seen...
so now that's revealed.
have you...
Say again?
And
Still remember that deal that we made?
yeah, yeah.
I think I pretty much got it handled.
Sweet. Awesome.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that anymore.
What's your relationship with Mr. Aaron Johnston, Anthony?
Ellen Johnston?
Aaron Johnston.
Aaron Johnston?
Yeah.
I don't believe I know the individual.
Alright. How would you like to help with the something?
What's that little something?
You know, well, the bounty.
Okay.
Yeah, you work with
Guessing,
me then.
Guessing Johnston would be the target.
Yeah. So you wanna help
Go
out?
ahead and do that for you. Is there gonna be any pay?
Of course there's gonna be in pay. What do you think me as? A cheap steak? Anyways, I
Why
need
don't
you
you
guys
say,
to drive in a separate car.
Good.
Because I've been
You know what
good
the
at
individual
making
looks
them believe that... Let me put this away and pull it back
What's
out.
this Aaron look like?
Blonde hair, skinny, white, mostly drives with a purple-haired lady, probably Victoria.
Blue
You
hair.
know what kind of clothing he usually wears?
I'm pretty sure it's a sweatshirt, but I'll keep you guys
Sweatshirt,
informed.
blonde hair. You got a visual on him, shoot me a text.
Might want to check around PD or something. I'll go there,
Make that
but
happen for you?
I'll go there, but I don't want to, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
Come. You might want to put your gun away.
Yeah.
Psst, come on, Susie.
Dispatch, I'm going to go and be at 1011 here, NBC Boulevard, right outside Mission Road PD. Looks like a white Dodge Charger. Hello, sir. How you doing there?
Hello. I'm on an important business trip.
Let me go ahead and have receive some license
Yeah.
registration, please, and proof of insurance. Okay. Leave the scene. Leave the scene.
Hands up right now. Hands up right now. Give me your radio. Give me your
Holy.
radio.
Okay, now that's not right.
I was so ready for that. So ready for that.
Eh,
Hey, Mr. Walker?
Hey, fancy meeting you here. What brings you here?
Yeah.
James. So I assume you got my word, didn't you?
What? What be you
Oh, you
on,
didn't?
friend?
Oh, well, I figured I'd give you a file because, well, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I tried working with you when you were running for mayor, with the whole Walker administration and everything, and I told you I don't want to be one of those soldiers. You understand me, James? I told you
Yeah.
I will not be one of your soldiers.
Of
I said I would
course.
gather information for you, help you out. Oh, but what did I find? I found a file following you at Humane Labs that wants you to take me
What's this
and your
file?
fucking research team. Oh, the file? I think you know what file I'm talking about. There's a file on me and Veronica.
I found a lot of projects, Mr. Johnston.
Alright, I get you funded, but you need to remember this one, James. Now, I know you know what I'm talking about, and you will take me off that list and instead put a new guy on the list.
I ain't gonna give much info about my scientists' plans, but I funded them. It's their secrets.
Check out that file.
And seems a file on Hunter Hughes. What's this file? I see the Veronica file. Hunter Hughes. Hunter Hughes. Aaron hands James a file on Hunter Hughes. Yeah, so it's files, it's information. What's this gotta do with anything, Mr. Johnston?
Oh, I think you know what it has to do. Well, what it has to do with. I told you I'd supply you with information, and I'd supply your team and whatever you got planned in that fucked up head of yours, James. However, specifically told you that I do not want to be one of those soldiers.
I understand that, Mr. Johnston.
Humane Labs is trying to grab me and brainwash me, or something. They're using me for some sort of project. They had a file on me. They said I passed every test, but they're out to kidnap me. And they attempted to do
Ooh!
over here.
Can you repeat that? I kinda accidentally jumped out of my mind.
I said that Humane Lab. Wait, where did you jump out of? The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Fuck's sake. I said Humane Labs is trying to take me, alright? They want me for some project they're working on. I caught you over there. I followed you. You went into Humane Labs talking about a project, James. And I told you specifically I would help you gather information, not be one of your goddamn soldiers. And you're sitting over here funding a project, and you were also involved in it. I don't want to hear your bullshit when I saw you over there, James. Now you either start being honest with me, or I'm gonna be very fucking angry.
What can you give? What can you dump? This project is of a special project. I won't have
Oh,
a
yeah, I
bad
get
name
that,
soil
especially
it.
to you.
Now, any files you may have, and any issue.
I said I'd give you a new person.
A new.
Besides, you think I'm easily manipulatable? That's what your file stated. You realize something. I got V on my side now, and V's something. Alright? There's no way that she'd allow any of that to happen. Nor would I allow any of that to happen. It just makes it just as hard for you to try and convert me. Because I've got someone else there for me for once.
Yeah. Well, what can you prove? You can't prove
Now, the
anything
person
of
I
a
gave
Humane
you was
Labs,
on
Mr.
Hunter
Johnston.
Hughes. I I gave you a person for those scientists. Hunter Hughes. Easily manipulable. Alright? He has hardly anything to live for now. He was taken by the government and taken over to humane labs and tortured.
It sounds pretty
Only
tempting,
relapse.
Mr. Johnston.
It'll go into a dark place. It'll only be just as easy to convert him. He has nothing going for him other than his lawyer business. Plus, he could cling on to it, make him powerful.
Interesting information you gathered here, Mr. Johnston.
Yeah.
But the file
It's a shame
says
how,
what the
you know,
file
I've been
says.
running away from a team for the entire day.
Nipples on the corner of the card. Wow. I'll probably take a look at this, Mr. Johnston. But I can't guarantee a thing. What Humane Labs want is what they want.
The entire administration. That case is still open, James. When you were running for mayor, it's still open. I could fuck you over at any time I want, James. And I don't.
What
Why?
can you
Because I
prove
believe
of that administration?
Oh, you don't even need to worry about it. I've got plenty to prove. Oh, I've got fucking plenty.
What do you even have? You have nothing.
I've got documents, meetings. I've got files that you mistakenly dropped with the administration's name on them. Illegal. Nothing. I have no consent in that project whatsoever. Now, if you take me, I've got people that can go ahead and release this information. And on top of that, it's only going to go onto that case file that, you know, was designed towards you. I won't give you the head officer or anything like that, but, oh, he's a big name.
A big name? Are you too sure, Mr. Johnston?
Oh, I'm sure. Now you're gonna go ahead and leave me
No.
the fuck alone, James. And you're gonna go after Hunter.
I won't promise that, Mr.
Do you hear me?
Johnston.
Oh, no,
Oh,
you're gonna promise me I'm gonna fuck your life over.
what did I just witness? Or did I see nothing?
You saw nothing.
Engage
I saw nothing. What are we even talking about?
once he leaves
You're
Green
going to
Zone.
PD to get a coffee.
Are you going to the square?
Anthony's there. Hey, Mr. Anthony.
Flip a U-turn here. I'll show you live proof of this light.
Edwin
On the
Johnston's still on the go.
Let's see if this is the guy. I just executed him. Public. Go up a little bit. Close light, you're good. Go on. Left hand side.
That's not Edwin
Is that him?
Johnston.
Well, close enough.
And even if it was, I wanted him alive.
Oh! Oh!
You.
That's okay, I'm sorry.
Like, how did
Oh.
you even shoot him?
It's disclosed information. I didn't kill him. I don't know what you're talking about.
That may be the car the group is in.
What'd you say?
I think that's the car that Mr. Johnston and his group is in.
That black one?
Yeah.
Bring me to Legion right now. You want him alive?
Yes, Mr. Johnston.
You want to kidnap or what?
I want him
Yeah.
alive.
We can do that.
This is interesting.
No, 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 no. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Don't go in there.
Hey.
You don't want to do that. Back up, buddy.
Hey, get out here right now. Get out here right now.
All
Get out
right.
here right now.
You
We'll
don't
call
want to
you.
be here
We'll
right
call
now.
you. We'll call
Sure
you. We'll
thing.
call you. Okay.
I'm so glad that people are working with me. I am paying big. They're there. Excellent. What be it?
Come on, step out and talk to us for a moment. We got some questions for. One moment. Be on my-
Speak.
Hi, Mr. Walker. Gotten some information on you relating to something called the administration getting accused of linking you to murders around the city.
Ah, come on, really?
Wanna tell us what you know about that?
I know nothing.
And nothing about it?
Nope.
How about Humane Labs? You know anything about them?
Humane Labs, I know that organization designed
The,
do experimentations and
something
stuff.
something relating to an Aaron Johnston or Veronica Morello.
Well, information about Humane Labs is basically secret within the wings. I don't know much about what they're doing.
Okay. Mr. Walker, do you have a copy of your last pay stub we can see?
I copy my repeat
Your last pay stub.
pay stub.
You know what I mean? Like when you get a paycheck, they usually send you a pay stub after it.
Ah, I gotta check with the banks, you know. I don't.
Could just head up. Who's this pulling up?
Oh. Howdy do.
Hello.
Yeah, put that gun away.
Yeah.
Hello, stranger.
Alright, Mr. Walker, I'm sure we'll be seeing you very soon. Stay safe.
Mm-hmm. I don't know which detectives. Detectives, why you came here anyway with such story? Detectives,
Sorry, what you say?
why you come to my place of home with such story? With such
You'll know why
accusation?
very soon. You'll know why very soon.
Okay.
James.
Why are you bringing
up?
forth these accusations?
Well, we're not the ones accusing you, sir. We got multiple people accusing you.
Hmm. Interesting.
If I smoke in your house, Mr. Walker?
It's alright.
Thank you.
Tell me more what these people are wanting to say.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so
That's not legit.
I'm pretty sure you know what you've seen on Twitter.
Yeah, sure. Firestorm.
So now I'm just gonna give you a chance to tell us your entire story on it, okay? And I mean to each detail. If you want to clear yourself up, this is what you're gonna have to do.
Well, I'm guessing it's all because of the administration. People's not liking.
Yeah.
People's not liking how Mr. Wei Longwood steps down suddenly.
Yeah, maybe it's just bad mouth, right?
Indeed. So, and that's what kind of triggered it all. Started all the fire.
Yeah.
And then there's Mr. Aaron here. For some reason he's not really liking me that much. I don't know why. I always thought he as a brother.
That's weird. Hey, who's this over here in the picture?
That's my uncle's.
Your uncle's? Oh, nice.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. You got some interesting stuff in here, James.
Indeed, indeed.
Gotta say.
Breach!
Hands up right now. James Walker, you're under arrest.
Hands.
What be this? Is this accusations?
Hands up!
Hands-
Hands up!
Hold.
James Walker, put your hands up right now. Get on your knees right now. You have 3 seconds to comply.
What
Your
is
vehicle
these?
To transport this detainee.
Yeah, Detective
Yep,
Hudson,
10-4.
would you mind running the plate in that car over there, writing it down?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I'll do it.
That's my vehicle. I still want to know these accusations. Why they be brought forth.
You're the one who asked for a lawyer, so we can't ask you questions. Can't answer your questions either. Works both ways, son.
Call me, Mr. Walker.
I'll get that
Wanna
Johnston.
go ahead
Hey,
and
if we
put your
could
face
get
to
you
that window?
guys, if we could get you guys to follow us down there, we're gonna want a secondary on this transport.
Good thing.
Gotcha.
One of you guys has to ride with us, right? Never mind, you guys have 3.
No, he can ride. Yeah.
That's right. I'll keep my gun on him.
Look at this. Let's go.
Ah,
The crazy part is I had some good intel on you last night that I was gonna get on down reporting, but it looks like you already fucked up too much.
SWAT team was all over it today.
Looks like we're gonna have to get a new mayor in this city, boys.
Agreed.
Don't like dealing with this kind of scum.
Alright, is there gonna be any
Hey, boys.
repercussion to his,
Great bus, boys. Great bus.
repercussion to his...
Might be the case, yes. Alright, we'll bring him up. Go, Mr. Walker, we're going upstairs.
Right here, sir. Phone on the desk right there.
I can't use the phone.
Now remember, if you try anything funny, I will shoot you.
Yep.
Taser's out, fellas. Taser's out.
It's, you know, it's funny. You know what's funny there, mister?
What? The fuck? Who didn't fucking search him?
Alright, James, we're gonna move you now to the court trial. What's gonna happen is the same thing that happened last time. You're going to move out. Gus is gonna be in front of you. I'll be behind you. And we're gonna move you up to the armored SUV. Once inside, we will follow the transport to the court.
Sounds good.
Alright. Unlock the vault and then step out.
Vault?
Shut up. It's late and I can't speak words.
Okay. Finally, a trial. Finally! Look at this escort! Look how cool this escort is! I'm obviously gonna be sentenced to death. It's obvious, dude. Crimes, dude.
Alright, let's go. Alright, wait for the armed guards. You guys take lead, go.
Let's get a diamond formation going, guys.
Wow, is this all?
Yeah, I walk slower than the usual male, so.
You okay?
Gucci.
Okay.
Mr. Black, you go ahead and you go down right there. Here.
You want me to go down there?
Yeah, kind of like
You can come stand with me. Come.
Yeah, like that, right there. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Hey.
All right.
Other side, other side.
Because his cuffs are on, can we do a sound check on my client, please?
Bung,
Mr.
bung.
James, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can anybody hear Mr. James?
Robot?
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, got
Okay.
him.
Alright, this is how this goes. If you are called to the stand, you will stand on this side of the barricade. You will face the stands. Okay?
Alright.
Alright. Today before this case is the James against... I'm sorry. Correction. Is the state versus James Walker. Alright. The charges that have been brought up before me is malfeasance of office, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit murder. Does everybody understand these charges that are being brought forth to this case against Mr. Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand.
Yep.
Okay.
Aye.
At this time, both parties may give their opening arguments, starting with the defendant. May come to the
Okay,
stand.
well, yeah, absolutely,
And
absolutely.
Tell the court your opening arguments.
Okay, so we want to begin, you know, and say... Sorry, I gotta put my hands down. Sorry, we wanted to say that, you know, there's obviously some accusations being done on my client here, you know. I haven't had an opportunity to take a look at the evidence myself, to see what they have on my client. However,
Thank you,
it seems
Lou.
like, you know, our mayor here has been serving as a good mayor right now. You know, he has not wronged anyone, you know. We've all elected him, and you know, he's been upholding that. So we would like to see what the court has to bring against my client, you know.
That it?
That's it, yeah, that's it.
Alright, Mr. Prosecutor, you
Holy.
may now, present your opening argument.
I am definitely.
We have
I am totally going.
we
to
have
lose,
documentation
but at
present in the courtroom
least
today
it's
that has 2 people's names on it that are present in the courtroom also today.
I'm totally
And this
gonna
document
lose.
was
But at
found
least it's fun.
on the person that that is in the courtroom today as well. Fell out of him, and it was picked up by this man here, and we're presenting that to the courtroom today.
Good job.
Okay. Alright.
I think you did a good job.
Alright, prosecution, you may bring your first witness or evidence. It is your decision.
Prosecution?
Wait, say that one more time.
You may bring forth.
I didn't hear you.
You may bring forth your evidence or your first witness.
We'll bring up our evidence just so that everyone is clear on what it is.
I'd like to
And
see
I'll
the
bring up
evidence.
I'm gonna give it to the judge. You can collect it from the judge.
No. Mr. Defense, yeah, just the DA, you please step back over there. Alright, what is it? You must tell us all this evidence shows. I see a documentation from the Walker
From the Humane
administration
Labs?
giving a executive order to have 2 individuals kidnapped. One of them has the words failed stamped on it, and the other one has the words pass stamped on it. Okay, what evidence does this prove? What is this used towards your case?
Well, it proves that, you know, it's that they were trying to get him kidnapped. Conspiracy of the kidnapping.
Oh. Mr. Defense Attorney, you said you wanted to witness the evidence. You may walk up here and get it and look at it, but you may not bring it back. You must look at it from here.
Ah. Okay. Thank you.
Achoo!
Bless you.
Wow, did he just assume my religion?
Okay.
Alright, does anybody have a witness they would like to call forth?
Aye.
Alright, you may bring up your fourth witness.
Witness, you may approach the bench.
Please state your name for the court.
My name is Aaron Johnston.
Alright, Mr. Johnston, raise your right hand. Or left hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Alright, sir. Alright, as your witness, defense, do you have any questions for the witness?
Oh.
Lou?
You're supposed to ask questions to the witness.
Sorry, who are you addressing? Me?
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm going to say prosecutor.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
okay.
Mr.
I was about to
Prosecutor.
say, I didn't hear
Ask
my
your
name
client
being
any
called.
question.
So, where were you on the date of when you discovered this document?
Well, I discovered the document 2 days ago. I was at the PD when James dropped a clipboard that had a list of names and, well, it had a list of date of birth, names, height descriptions, weight descriptions, just a bunch of a very odd list. So I was curious, and well, I will admit to doing this because I've been well, prior to this, I was working on a case when he was in candidacy during the election against Mayor Ray Longwood. So I got curious. I followed him over to the Humane Labs out of pure curiosity, and he started talking about some project to, well, I don't know how to put this without sounding crazy, but he wanted to
Just as
take
clearly as possible.
an individual and use them, manipulate them to do what he wants.
Define how he wanted them to use.
I'm
that
unsure.
subject.
His wording was unclear, but it
If you had to
sounded like
depict
I
it in
could.
your own words, how would you describe it?
I can describe it in a simple motive. Anybody that crosses his path would face that individual.
Okay. Okay. And where were you when you found this document?
During this time, we were walking out after he was getting in his car, and he dropped 2 files. Those 2 files.
Yeah,
are
the
evidence we
location
have
of
today.
where was.
The location.
Where were you?
When we were walking out of the Humane Labs, the only entrance
Humane
is through the
Labs.
garage
Humane
door.
Labs. Okay,
Yes.
you were at the Humane Labs.
And
We
it
all
was
know
at the
that the
garage
Humane
door
Labs
entrance.
does a lot of testing there. We've all seen it.
Yes.
We've all heard about it out on the news. All right. Well, do you have anything else to say about these documents? Any other evidence that you have?
Well, the documents are really the only thing other than me approaching Mr. James Walker, and talking it over with him. When I found the document, I tried to talk it over with him.
Oh, you
Out
confronted.
of pure curiosity, I did
Confronted
confront him. Prior to all this, I did confront him.
How long was that after you found the documents?
About 2 days after, because I did not see him anywhere in the city by that
So that was
time.
today. You saw him today.
Yes.
And how long ago was that? Maybe like a few hours ago?
What, 5 hours, 6 hours ago?
Okay.
I've been on the run
And
for a while.
what was talked about since you saw him? What was said between you two?
Well, I told him I knew. I didn't know what it was for. I kind of knew, but I also didn't know. And I told him to leave me alone. I don't want to be a part of this.
How did he
had
respond when you
nothing.
told him this?
He said to me that he'll think about it. That's it. That he'll think about it.
So
and then
he
shortly
acknowledged
after that,
and gave you
shortly
an
after
answer
that,
upon it.
yes.
Okay.
And shortly after that,
Okay.
maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes after that confrontation, 4 individuals approached me on the roof of the police department looking for me. They said I heard them. They were saying something about a simulation or some stupid bullcrap to convince me to come with them. I was hiding. There's a little crack you can hide in on the police department roof. I was hiding in there, and
Why were you on the police department roof?
Because I felt like my life was threatened, so I was out at the PD. But there was no officers on duty during this time, so I thought it was the safest spot I could be with cameras to catch everyone. But
very true.
I was hiding it like on the roof complex. 4 individuals approached. They're asking for me. I'm tweeting out that I'm on another roof, trying to get them away. I was successful in that, and that triggered the chain of events of me running for about 6 hours from these people.
You were on the run from what you can presume is said kidnappers, James Walker hired.
Yes, many people in the city have read the tweets. They've seen the tweets and the exchanges back and forth between me and
the tweets
the
are on, you know, the ones that are out there, they're out there forever.
Walker administration. I was out there for a very long time.
Have the tweets said to the judge, we got the tweets on file.
Probably half of them. If you look.
Yeah, we have them. They're on the internet.
Yeah.
Continue.
Alright.
Was there anything else you said after the tweeting?
Yeah, shortly after that encounter, I got news that, well, I got a text from somebody.
What is that
I was getting texts of random names, and Bobby was there at the time. There was just people texting me. They weren't them though. They were frauds, asking me where I was or how, like, just trying to get my location. And then a mysterious voice calls me up on the phone and says, I got your friend Veronica. And I thought V was dead. During this
entire time. So this person on the phone said they grabbed Veronica and had...
Hold on. I don't remember that.
Yes.
They were trying to get to you through her?
No, they did it after they shot her. I didn't get any text or anything. They just grabbed her and shot her for nothing. They didn't even try to convince it. They tried it earlier with Tia.
That's Veronica you're talking about now, right? Right over there?
Yes. That's why her
so
hair
well, since she's alive, you know, since she's not dead, we can assume that was attempted murder on her.
Yes.
They were trying to kill her. That wasn't a flesh wound, that was a headshot.
Yeah.
One strong son of a bitch.
I'd like to think so.
Gotta have a steal.
I mean,
that all you have
to known by many.
Is that all you have to bring to the court?
For now, yes, but I assume they have questions for me.
You have no further questions for your Mr. Defendant?
Yep.
You have any questions for the witness?
Yeah, you know, I'd like to ask this gentleman, what's your name again? Aaron, you said, right?
Yes, Aaron Johnson.
Oh, okay. So tell me, this paper you saw, what did you see on the paper?
Well, specifically on the paper, I mean, I could look at it right now, but off of memory.
No.
Yeah, I can tell you off of memory. All right. Yeah. There was 2 papers. One said failed, one said pass. The one that said failed was Veronica Morello. The one that said pass was me, Aaron Johnson. There was no consent for me to ever be on that paper, by the way. Let that.
Doesn't need consent.
There was no consent at all. Okay.
Okay. What else was on the paper?
My date of birth, my height, my age description, the vehicles I drive every day. People have been watching me. Okay. I don't want to hear anything of protecting against that. People have been watching me and have been reporting on me, writing down information. There was a summary on there. I told them that I fit their cause.
Okay.
And that it must be effect immediately for them to take me.
Okay. And so tell me, like, what indication do you have that my client is involved?
Well, during the election, James told me a lot about the Walker administration. He had me try and help him, but I couldn't help that monster. He's a dark man.
That's correct. I won't deny
my
it.
Friends, my family.
Breach.
You saw what he
Breach.
tried to do to me. But
Okay. So you know, I'm just saying, like,
during I wasn't finished. Sorry, I was
Okay.
taking a dramatic pause.
okay, that was a really long pause, but go ahead.
During the election, he tried to explain to me a lot about the Walker administration. I created a case against him with Bobby Boudreaux. At the time, Bobby was a detective.
Which I
There was a
blatantly
lot he wanted to do
deny.
with the city. He wanted to create an army of soldiers, but only a small squadron, mainly, of 6 people.
There will be no
He wanted them to.
violence in my courtroom.
He wanted them to. Dude,
You have guns
be
out.
manipulated by his will. Anything he said goes. He wanted to use me as information, gather information on people. I can't do that. I'm not that kind of person. I reported all information to Detective Bobby Boudreaux at the time when he was a detective. And, well, the rest is history. The election happened, Ray Longwood came, and the case kind of died out. But then Ray didn't show up in the city anymore. He then promoted James. Of all people, James. And I was like, okay, maybe James isn't so bad. Maybe he won't try and go at this fucking chaos.
Mr. Aaron, I understand what you're trying to do right now, and we're not really talking about the election. I simply asked a question that on the paper that you saw, that was in the possession of my client.
I was getting to how it connects. Now, the Walker's administration directly funded James's campaign. James is directly linked to the Walker administration as it is also under his name.
Duh.
Now, the Walker administration has also been directly funding Humane Labs. There it is in short. You want all the evidence of him being linked to it, you're gonna have to go through the fucking detectives.
Understood. Did you see on that document any indication of my client where his name was listed, or you saw something related to him?
His name doesn't need to be listed on the document at all. When it states the Walker administration and Humane Labs on the same document, you can tell they're linked. And since James is a direct affiliate of the Walker administration, yes, a direct affiliate, he's then incriminated himself.
Okay.
I have something to say.
Are you trying to say objection?
No. I'm trying to say I have an addition information.
That's an objection.
Information to give the court.
That's another time. Hold on.
You all right there?
Yeah, we're currently talking to this witness right here.
It's
You can't
It's
interject.
the Finch turn right now.
Okay, so
You don't.
Okay, so it
why is
seems
everyone cutting out?
it seems like Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
Thank you.
No more questions? Okay. Alright, witness, you may leave the stand.
Alright.
Alright, defense, do you have a witness that you would like to call to the stand?
Yeah. I would like to call the defendant up on the stands, please.
Alright. Somebody can... Oh, never mind. My god, this man is in a courtroom surrounded by military officers with guns. Why is he still in handcuffs?
That's the doing of the prosecutor right there, you know? This is not proven guilty. Can someone take the cuffs off? I think we're in the courtroom, and there's plenty of rifles around him.
Judge, based on evidence from the earlier scenarios today, the gentleman had physically attacked another officer already. That's why we decided to leave him in handcuffs for the protection of anybody in this courtroom.
Yeah, but that was also
But all his weapons and stuff should have been taken off of him. And how is he supposed to raise his hand to tell the truth if he cannot raise his hand, officer?
Sounds like a personal problem.
Sounds like he's already broken his.
Sounds like somebody's contempt of court back there. Alright, Mr. Walker, since we'll not let you out of the handcuffs.
Alright.
I will ask you the questions. You sure to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, the whole help you God.
I do.
Alright, Vince, you may ask your question.
Alright, so Mr. Walker. How many papers do you get handed to you as being the mayor on a daily basis?
As a mayor, I say I get handed like dozens to the least.
Yeah. Okay, so, you know, if you get a dozen papers, how many of them do you actually look at? Where do you store them when you receive your papers? In your clipboard?
Yeah, I have a secretary. Well, she'll organize one of my papers. Most of it goes on a clipboard and whatever.
Okay. And then I'm assuming your day-to-day is to just put it on your clipboard, and when you have time, you go ahead and read it?
Well, most of the time I'm mostly doing other business.
Okay. Going back to the clipboard though, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you get a lot of like junk mail and random papers there?
Yep, a lot of junk mail, a lot of random bills and stuff. It's all clutter.
Alright, and Judge, if I can just grab that piece of evidence from you. Have you ever seen this paper before?
That is something out of the Humane Labs. This is somewhat. It's not very clear on what that thing might be.
Okay.
Oh.
So have you ever seen yourself fabricate that before? Was this something you made?
It's something they've made up in the Humane Labs. It's obviously nicely typed. It's well organized.
I understand. If this was an order coming from you, would your signature be on there?
If it came from me, I might most definitely have my signature.
So tell me, what's your relationship with the Walker administration?
Well, it's an administration built around me.
Okay. Are you in charge of the administration?
To the somewhat. It's just
Is there people in the administration that don't like what you do?
Most possibly. Not everyone can have a friendly relationship with everyone.
Okay. So you feel like maybe this could be a fabrication of someone trying to get you into a lot of trouble?
Could possibly diddly do.
Okay. Your Honor, the defense stands. Thank you very much, Mr. Walker, for answering the questions. No further questions.
Alright,
That makes it sound real good.
Prosecution, do you have any questions for the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's get ready.
So, Mr. James Walker, am I saying that correctly?
Yes, James Walker.
Where were you 2 days ago?
2 days ago? I gotta say,
Yes.
around my business. Getting papers together.
Tell me how you started your day.
Well, I guess I started my day with talking to my secretary, drinking coffee, and at least talking to my second hand.
So, at all during the day, did you ever happen to go to the, I don't know, humane labs?
What? The humane labs?
Yes, the humane labs.
Well, yeah. Just to walk around and enjoy what they're doing and make sure they're not backing down on anything.
So just to make sure we're getting this clear, you were at the humane labs.
Private
and
property,
you were
yeah.
observing everyone's work there.
Yeah.
You were never in a office of your own doing any work at all.
That was the beginning of the day, yeah. Then I moved on, drove down to the labs.
So not only did you go to the humane labs to observe, you went there to do research. Am I correct?
I don't do the research. There's people that do research for the lab.
So you never went in your office and did any research of your own? Is what you're telling me?
Why? I've been in my office, but why would I need to do a lot of research when I have people to do that for me?
Well, I'm just trying to get this straight because the first witness that was brought up on the stage witnessed you talking to someone in your office doing research. And now
I don't recall him ever
you're not
saying me
remembering.
talking him doing research.
No, I never said you were talking to him. I said you were talking to someone on the phone in your
Yeah.
office doing research.
Well, what has that
And you
ever?
just said you weren't ever in your office doing research when I have evidence saying otherwise. You were.
I wasn't in my office.
Moments before grabbing.
I don't see how this is any good to the case here.
It's very relevant. I'm trying to just see, Your Honor, if he's being honest with the courtroom.
You're trying to spin circles around here.
No spinning circles. I'm just trying to see if you're going to be honest in the courtroom because I have evidence saying that you were doing research and now you're
Objection.
saying that you
Objection, you know?
Thank you, Lou.
Your Honor, my client has already taken the oath. We don't have to say to be honest, you know?
Well, I'm just... I have one person saying this and he's saying the opposite, so I'm just trying to get it clear.
Yeah, but you're bad.
This was moments before the file. This is moments before the file was found, so that's why it's relevant. Not only was Aaron there, but another person in the courtroom was also there to see what was happening. So I have two witnesses saying that he was doing something and another saying he wasn't.
Okay, proceed.
After that, going in your office doing research and talking to someone on the phone, I'd say as you were leaving, you dropped a file, and that's when Aaron found the file and saw what was written on it, which had some correlation with the phone call that was said while you were doing research.
I know I wasn't doing research, and I know I was observing the humane labs. And then I didn't realize it dropped any folder.
It fell out of your person. So you went into humane labs just to observe. You didn't do any other sort of project or anything?
I would observe, maybe talk to a few, but I was mostly observing. Observe it.
Alright, that is all.
Your Honor, could we have like a 2-minute recess? Is he even there?
Alright, this court,
Guys,
we're now going to recess.
James has
Alright.
obviously gone away for a long time.
Session, recess is over.
Alright, let's get into this.
Is everybody accounted for?
Yeah, we're here.
Yep.
Aye. Presume it's my time to bring someone up.
Alright, prosecution?
Courtroom?
Now you want to bring more evidence, or do you want to bring another witness?
Another witness? I have the police department.
They're not a witness. They can't be a
Two
witness.
gentlemen over here.
One at a time, please. One at a time.
Either or, whatever one wants to come to the stand
There's a
first.
conflict. Vote for Hillary.
Sorry, I was
Though she lost, so.
Alright.
Good will that do? She lost to a Republican. That's who. She lost.
Run it down
I don't know.
Basically from the top to the bottom.
Let's see what he's gonna say.
Alright, sir, face me. Face me,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Raise your left hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, sir.
So help you God. The truth, nothing but the truth.
You may proceed.
You may proceed.
Alright, so you prepared to ask me questions, Dustin, or how are we gonna do this?
What? You, oh yeah, you,
I'm obviously gonna edit this video
you
later.
have something to tell the courtroom today?
Yes, I came prepared with a direct admission from James Walker unintentionally in the jail cell, which also had 2 witnesses alongside of it.
Oh, you say direct admission and 2 witnesses.
Yes, sir. I did.
Okay, anything else?
Well, as the arresting officer, we came into his house, and part of the search team reported they found cocaine on his table inside the house.
So not only do you have admission of guilt, you have drugs.
But that is not
Objection,
a charge.
Your Honor. That's not the charges we're talking about at hand.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
This has nothing pertaining to the case, so it's overruled. Another question, please.
Alright, void the drugs. We're not going to talk about the cocaine.
I'd like to, Mr. Judge, if possible, could I call my partner up to the stand as well, since he was a witness to this admission of guilt?
I'll allow it.
May I approach the bench?
There was no admission of guilt. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hop over said bench. You may approach the
left
judge.
hand. Left hand. There you go. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, all we got?
Yes, I do.
Alright, you may continue.
So what was his affiliation with his admission of guilt?
Alright, so in the jail cells, well, the lawyer that was provided for him, which was present, we did provide a lawyer that can be confirmed. I was asking
what
him
was
if
this
he was
lawyer's name?
actually- That would have been Hunter Hughes, but he refused to represent him eventually due to conflict of interest.
Okay, so just a note
But
on
we did
file,
provide a
Judge,
lawyer.
Hunter
We did
Hughes
provide a
was
lawyer.
the lawyer.
Yep. Alright, so
Continue.
as I was saying, so when he was in the jail cells, I asked him, how could he be completely unaware that these documents were leaving his office when they had, the name of his administration on them? Wouldn't he want to check them over before they're sent out? And I was questioning him about the funding of the project Alpha P29, and he said this was recorded on the jail cell cameras, and I have 2 witnesses that he directly admitted and was well aware of what was going into the Alpha P29 project, what was funding the Alpha P29 project, and what was carried out in the Alpha P29 project.
This is true information.
And that would Alright, and alright, where was I? And I was saying that this admission of guilt would directly affect him being charged with the offenses of law alongside the kidnappings.
Any more questions?
No. No more questions, unless they have anything else they had to say.
Would you like to recall Aaron up?
Aaron, would you like to approach the
wait.
judge?
Okay. What's going on?
Okay, hold on, wait, there's like 4 people on the stand and...
What's going on? I'm confused.
Hold on.
Go back.
Well, I was just asking.
If you're done with your questions with the 2 detectives, if you're done with your 2 questions with the detective, the defense gets a turn with the 2 witnesses. Then after that, if you want to bring another witness back, you can.
Okay, yes. We're done with questions.
Come on, Lou.
You
I
guys
believe
stay
in
up
you.
there. Stay up there.
You know, ask questions to myself?
Oh,
or-
my
Yeah, they
bad,
gotta.
my bad.
No, yeah. Get your asses up
Alright,
there.
go ahead and
Hey.
ask us.
Alright, Detective Ian Clark, can you tell me
Yes, sir.
something, you know?
Yes, I can.
In regards to the admission there, you said he was appointed a lawyer, but the lawyer declined to work with him. Can you explain to me
Eventually,
why?
yes. Conflict of interest, as was stated before.
Do you know what exactly was the conflict of interest?
Hunter Hughes was directly involved in this with the releasing of the documents.
So therefore, an appropriate lawyer was not appointed for my client?
We sent out a tweet, as we usually do as our standard procedure. After Hunter Hughes denied, nobody showed up. We gave him the time and opportunity to receive a lawyer.
Oh, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yep. We gave
So
him
tell me,
the
when you
chance, I'd say.
detained my client, you said you caught him in his apartment?
Home.
In the mansion, actually.
Okay.
We set
Can you
up
walk me
a sting
through-
operation with a paper trail.
So then, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm quite unaware about how a sting operation works, but what does that entail exactly?
Alright, so we basically met up to ask him some questions, and after the first round of questions, obviously we took some time to examine the paper trail. It took a couple of hours, and it actually did take a few hours. We were doing a lot of work in that time, talking to his friends, associates. And
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Detective Clark. I'm not trying to give you a hard time here, but I want to know how exactly did you detain my client? Like when you entered his mansion.
He was not detained.
So you just walked over to him and asked him questions?
We asked him to meet up, and he said yes, and they were not incriminating questions. The submission of guilt was in the jail cell, remember that.
Okay. So then you met up with him and you asked him questions. How did that go?
So,
Tell me.
I'll tell you. Okay, so the first round of questions, we just, said, hey, what are all these tweets being sent out about you? Why are people accusing you of all this stuff? And he gave us his answer, which, is just accusations. So we thought, okay, we're going to back off from this. We'll take some time and check our paper trail that we have, obviously, from those leaked documents and see what we can do. And in between that, we reviewed the documents. We went to the court. We got a warrant for his arrest. And then we met up for a second round of questioning and set up a sting operation for that.
Okay. So when you got his warrant, how did you arrest him?
To the sting operation. That's how we arrested him.
Okay. Can you walk me through
He
it?
was in his house. He was in his house, and we had the SWAT team roll up.
Okay. SWAT team.
We were sent to make contact with him originally before the team came.
Understood. And the SWAT team, how many members were part of that team roughly?
3. And I can recite
3.
the officers as well.
No, it's okay. We don't need to know the officers' names. But were they similar to that guarded gentleman over there, holding a rifle in their hand?
Yes, sir. That's how the stings work, yeah.
Okay,
For,
understood.
to serve an
So-
active warrant from the court, that's how we do it.
I think the people that are witnessing this court case go on, and you could fairly admit that if you were a civilian and you didn't work in the arm, in the law for the law, you'd be pretty intimidated if you had a bunch of guns pointed at you, right?
Yes, but if I
You
may
can
ask,
admit the
where
average
exactly are you going
person
with
would be
this?
shaken up because of that, right?
Yes. Yes, and we took him into custody, and it all went fine.
Understood.
And he admitted
Understood.
his guilt.
I'm not disputing that, Your Honor. What I'm trying to say
And then
here is.
attempted to murder Bobby Boudreaux as well. So, watch out.
Understood. But Your Honor, what I'm saying here is that you can obviously tell my client was very shaken up at the time. He was not given appropriate counsel. Although there was no lawyers there, they did get one lawyer. He said he don't want to work with him, you know. And I have to say, you know, he was a little shaken up, and that should not be admissible, you know, in the paperwork. There's obviously some emotional ties there, Your Honor. What do you think?
That's not what I think. It's what the court thinks.
I'll say, if I may add one more thing, we gave him plenty of time to cool down after, and we took him up to the room for questioning. You know, we gave him a chance to call someone, and that's when he also attempted to murder Assistant Director of State Bobby Boudreaux in an attempt to escape, or possibly suicide by cop.
Understood. At the same time, you have to understand that, you know, it takes a lot of emotions out of a human being, you know, to go through something like that.
Yes, but to us, we pretty much knew that he was mentally in the right place, seeing as he was having a very detailed conversation with
But you understand, Detective Ian Clark, we're not here to discuss the attempted, you know, assault or whatever you want to call it on Bobby Boudreaux. We're here to talk about the crimes at hand, the three charges that we have at hand.
Exactly, and I literally just said he was in a mentally well state, and we knew that he was because he was having a deep conversation with him about, you know, what his connection to the Humane Labs was, and that's when he gave us his admission of guilt. He seemed to go into detail with that and seemed pretty fine to us.
Ian Clark, I'm quite impressed. You must be a licensed psychiatric person, you know, psychiatrist. To understand that he was in a good state of mind at the time. Hey, Your Honor, you can see how this could be a little skewed here, right? That's all I'd like to say. No further questions.
May I add one thing, Mr. Judge, sir?
That's a good argument. I like that.
He said no further questions.
Oh, okay.
Alright, we may leave the stands, detectives. Do you have any other witnesses?
Well, to be honest with you, Your Honor, I didn't get the full scope of the story ahead of time. As you know, I was just given the evidence right now. I wasn't able to look at it ahead of time. I have no further witnesses or evidence for you. I'm just ready for my closing remarks, obviously.
Alright, prosecution, do you have any other witnesses? Or evidence?
I have no other witnesses or evidence, Judge. Your Honor.
Finally, we're gonna end this.
Alright, so I guess we can proceed with closing remarks.
Alright, defense?
Oh, shoot.
There's obviously a lot of questioning here when it comes to Mr. Walker in this case. From what I find the evidence quite skewed. It does say on the top of the letterhead that it's Walker's administration, nor do I see a link with Mr. Walker directly claiming that those documents are his or were made by him. They could be easily forged by someone in the organization that doesn't like his type of, you know, his running of being mayor, you know. I think that there could be many things here that are a little more skewed, like how the officers say that he admitted it. At the same time, Mr. Walker was shaken up due to a SWAT raid, which I could tell you myself as an average citizen would be really appalled by it. I hope this court finds a fair and just judgment on my client, and for he's not really you know, in the right frame of mind right now. I think that's all I have to say. I think Mr. Walker here is. He may have some mental issues, but he's definitely not having conspiracy to commit murder or kidnapping, or definitely using his power to take advantage. As a matter of fact, you know, I didn't see $1 from the city of Los Santos go in his pocket that was not earned. that he was not neglecting his power for financial gain. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Well, whatever happens.
Alright, prosecution, your closing argument?
Alright, Your Honor. All I want to get clear to you and to the court is, you know,
I'm a lion.
the document was found on his person. He is a mayor and he is a administrator of a big organization. And when that, you know, it comes a great responsibility, and he has to look through all the stuff that he has and make sure that what he has is truthful and real. So I believe the document was his and he knows of it. With the whole emphasis on the SWAT team going into his house and shaking him up, the officers said that he was fine. They talked to him. I can understand how they can be shaken up, but once the air is cleared and they start talking to him and he's fine afterwards, you know, I feel like that's a little out of context, maybe, possibly.
It's not a little taken out of context, it's either
Also,
all.
Aaron has also mentioned multiple times while he was up about the mayor funding is a criminal enterprise. And the cops have also went up there and had his admission to guilt.
I don't think it's necessarily a mission of guilt.
We have multiple witnesses, and we even have evidence that we brought to the court. I don't know what else we could bring. That is all, Your Honor.
Come on.
Okay, since both parties have given their closing arguments, I am going to call for another recess while I go back and debate the outcome of this trial.
Alright, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Aaron.
Let's get this over with.
Sit back down.
If I get sentenced, I get sentenced. It's too late. He's already getting the electric chair. I'm not getting the electric chair. Information.
What the fuck? Move your fuck.
Who's this spreading stuff? How
Okay,
rude.
Judge, we're ready to go.
Alright, court is now back in session. The court has come to a conclusion about this case of the 3 charges. In reference to the charge of conspiracy to commit murder, Mr. James Walker has been found not guilty.
Yes!
Oh.
I'm totally gonna hit the nail on the.
You have a problem, Mr. Prosecutor?
I think he coughed. I think he coughed.
Other than the fact that,
hush.
Shh. Other than the fact that this lady over here was shot in the head from a direct
Has no connection.
direct result of that, I have nothing else to say.
You presented no evidence, Dustin. It's alright.
This is
Yeah, I'm
impeachment. He can do that. He's in
Yeah,
contempt.
it's almost like the case was rushed and wasn't
Hush.
able to actually be properly prepared.
Hush.
Well, I thought you asked me a question.
Hey, I don't want the chair, Google. Don't give me the chair.
Everybody done? We can get this over with?
Nobody was talking. Let him go.
In the charge of conspiracy to commit kidnapping, Mr. James Walker has been found guilty.
Dang it.
In the charges for malfeasance of office, Mr. James Walker has also been found guilty.
Dang it.
Under multiple minutes of consideration and talking to my courtroom, Mr. Walker will not be facing the death penalty or life in sentence.
Was that actually a possibility?
Please,
Oh,
would you please
that's good
repeat what
news,
you
I
just
guess.
said, Judge? Sorry.
He will not be facing the death penalty or life in prison.
Is he adding that just for
What,
effect, or was that
time
an
will he
actual
be facing?
possibility?
What's the
No, that was a
We have
possibility.
come-
Oh.
I have come to the
Oh.
conclusion
Oh.
that Mr. Walker will be facing 60 months in prison max time.
Okay.
16 months.
Is there any fine associated?
That'll be up to the PD to implement their
Get it.
fines as they see fit.
Your Honor, may I propose that you deem a fine that would be fit due to the case being related to the PD?
Ooh.
And we're already in court? That's fair?
Fine.
Two FE? Eh. Two, 3. No life. No death, no life. That's good. Good. 60 months.
The judge finds Mr. Walker $20,000.
1 second, Your Honor.
I can pay that.
What?
Is that okay with you? Can you afford that?
Your Honor, you mean 200,000, correct?
Nope. He said 20,000. That's what I heard.
Kidding
Oh,
me?
I heard
Uh,
20,000
okay.
or 200,000. I mean,
I
No,
heard 200,000.
Do not
I
lie
also
right
heard
now.
200,000.
You heard $20,000, and do not
I heard
ever.
You broke
200,000.
federal law.
You can't
broke
see this
federal
right
law.
here, but I am totally flipping you off.
Your Honor, this
Wait,
is,
wait,
this
wait.
Is, this is
Judge.
What kind
Court
of
is
court is
adjourned.
this? Thank you.
Judge, there's one more question here.
Fucking bullshit.
Does he lose his job?
Fuck this guy.
Obviously, duh.
What do you think?
Yeah, you broke the law. American can't break
Okay,
the
I need
law.
to speak to my client before you take him.
Oh, yeah.
Come here,
Judge.
Mr. Walker.
I'm a lawyer. I can hear
Okay,
anything
so-
that you guys say about the case.
$20,000.
I'm also a lawyer.
60 years,
Was the
60 months in
attempted
jail.
murder
I
charge
think
on
you can
me?
do it, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll
I
walk
was,
right over
honestly
here
was
and
not
wait.
paying attention,
Wait
like,
for my
at
turn.
all. I
I'm
thought
gonna
it
send
was
you
for
an
the
invoice
cop.
for my fees, okay?
Alright.
Yeah,
we'll go from there.
it's whatever.
What?
I'm gonna get
Sure
the other
thing.
two.
Alright, let's follow this officer here. He's gonna take us.
Hold on, we're waiting for the second.
Well, $20,000.
There's
I was
no
gonna
need to
pay
have
lose, so
armed,
most likely
dispatch.
$30,000
Alright,
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
lose.
Isn't under arrest. Come on, Mr. Walker.
Judge. May I get my certificate for being a lawyer? I was promised.
What the day? Thank you, Mr. Wills.
No problem.
Let's get out of here, shall we? Thank you all for coming out to the stream. Thank you for watching my court trial. Luckily, I didn't get death or
Hey!
life.
Hey! 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 Ow!
You assholes gave us a right.
Hey! Whoever gave me the... Was it you? Hey! Where's my certificate for being a fucking lawyer?
Bye.